Johnny.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you that you have to return to your life of debt.
Yeah.
One eternity later.
You know, in my younger days, I used to be something close to a rebel. You know what I'm saying? I used to piss everyone off. My parents, my siblings, my teachers, which I have no remorse for. You men deserved it. But just as any other person had some sort of phase when they were a kid, my behavior at the time stemmed from two different things. Number one being that I used to watch a hella bunch of media showing off cocky main characters who were just too cool to follow rules. And the second one being people used to jump in game shows and risk their lives for some money. I loved it, man. Game shows are like a pristine watching experience. I mean, if you think about it, it's the ultimate career choice. In a world where we have to sacrifice precious, countless hours of our time for money. And you mean to tell me that there's a company out there that are willing to pay me £1 million and all I have to do is risk my life by staying on this stranded island with no food, no water, and a bunch of genetically mutated dinosaurs for 7 days. Sure, I might die, but on the flip side, I could become a millionaire. Come on, I'm gonna take that risk. I'm finna live that high life, man. I used to love coming home and watching these type of TV shows growing up. It was sick. It showed me what was possible with enough human determination. Whether people ended up winning the whole entire thing, or they just got edited into a giant film compilation that plays back 3 times. It was a plus either way. They got their clout. And being somebody who grew up on a bunch of these type of shows, laughed at them hella times, been excited about them, cried about them, and overall just had a fun experience viewing them, I can comfortably say, I would never win this shit, bro. It's not happening. It's done. Kablam, finished. I'm losing most of the time and never touching that sweet, sweet prize money. I'm finna stay broke. And that's why I'm here to discuss today, man. My beautiful viewers, I wanted to go over some of my personal favorite game shows I watched coming up, ranging from the most dangerous shit you've ever seen to just a bunch of rap battles that go crazy, and give my honest answer of how I'm fumbling every single time. Of course, with some exceptions. So without further yapping, let's get into it, man. Now, if you're unfamiliar and don't remember about this goated TV show, you must have had no childhood. What the hell? How could you miss this? It was peak TV back in the day. You missed out, man, I swear. But forget that. Total Wipeout was one of the funniest 2010 reality TV shows to ever exist. I mean, seriously, there's no better failed compilation in any other place than what goes on in here. It's hilarious. Now, to explain how Wipeout works is that it's a competitive game show where a bunch of random people from different professional backgrounds go against one another in different, challenging, crazy obstacle courses. And the aim between all the contestants is to go through these courses and complete them in the shortest time possible without falling in the water too many times. Summed up short, think of it as American Ninja Warrior, but for regular people. It looked way easier, with the game always starting with the same first course, the qualifying round, and ending with the most difficult, brutal, biggest piece of bullshit that would be hard for any normal person to deal with, the Wipeout zone. And look at this course, man. There's fire shooting here. What is this? In each of the games, the people who take the longest to complete each course get eliminated. And whoever does it the quickest gets to be safe and eventually move onto the Wipeout zone. And if they complete it in the shortest time possible compared to the other finalists, they win the whole of Wipeout and get crowned the Wipeout champion, getting a whole big ass trophy and a prize fund of £10,000. Which is some bullshit. Because after doing some research and digging, I found out the US version of the game is that they'll be paying you $50K if you win the game. Why is the UK one so cheap? In fairness though, I can answer that. It's just because the US version of Wipeout just want to publicly embarrass you on TV, man. I swear to God. They want to violate you. Like, I'm going to roll the tapes and show you, man, some bullshit. That just lets you know that they rigged it from the start, man.
Can cruise through the smack wall. Come on, dude!
Are we serious? Are we serious right now, fam? And bear in mind, it wasn't just this guy who got his ass knocked into the water. Every other contestant also got boomed. Not to mention, the wall flies open another 2 times going forward. 2 times! So as much as you're dodging the red beams at the bottom, you have to be careful of the smack wall too. What do you expect me to do here? Ninja or cartwheel, somersault flip? Like, no! It's a scam! I'm a regular guy! No wonder it's $50K in prize money. You need to be compensated for their medical bills real quick. It's crazy. Wipeout is a pretty simple game to understand. But remember, folks, if I personally was to be in Wipeout, I would hella underestimate the courses, I'll be honest. They look hella underwhelming. It doesn't seem that difficult in the beginning. And plus, I can comfortably say I'm an athletic man. So I would definitely pass the qualifying rounds with flying colors. I mean, everyone does. However, I'm gonna be honest here. There's two parts of this round that would definitely mess me over. The first one being the punch wall, and it's literally what it sounds like, where you have to go across the wall, shimmying through like this is Uncharted, while you get banged in the face by a bunch of boxing gloves. It's peak. And look, I know what we're thinking about this right now. What if I get punched in the willy, man? I'm falling at that. You expect me to hang on after getting sucker punched in the crotch? Are you sick? All my fellow guys know the feeling of when you get hit down low and it somehow comes to your stomach and you're just there in pain. Yeah, if this happened, I would fall with grace, best believe it. And the second messed over part of this course is one that I have mixed feelings about, but I still somewhat think I can do it. And that is the big red balls. Pause on that real quick. In where you need to jump onto each ball to make it over that part of the course. And trust me here, half the approaches you have in your mind right now, most of the time, they don't work, bro. Trust me. If you want to sprint across it like the Flash, boom, you're going to fall in the water. If you just try to do big jumps between them, boom, you're going to fall in the water. Even if you take your time and go slow and steady, just being patient with every jump, you're still gonna fall in the water, man. This part of the course is mad. I could only complain on Roblox. The only times I've seen people ever pass this was when they just started hugging the balls like Charles who did Napa. You gotta have mad grip strength and luck to get over this part of the course. But in most cases, you're failing, man. But it doesn't matter because everyone passes the qualifying round. But when we get to the next three, yeah, this is when it gets a little bit techie. For the next two games, they usually mix it up and have a bunch of different variations of what is basically the same thing. For the second round, it's normally a challenge in where you need to be the last person standing or you need to get to a checkpoint in the middle of this type of arena. So for the sake of the video, so I don't spend too much time talking about it, I'm only gonna mention a couple of them. There's Crash Mountain, where you need to get to the middle of this stage by jumping on the moving platform while avoiding the beam trying to knock you out. And I'm getting chopped here, man, it's over. There's the Sweeper, where you need to be the last person standing while this thing comes out 100 miles per hour to come knock you on your ass. I think in this one, I definitely go far, but I'm getting thumped eventually, bro. It's inevitable. And then there's the double cross, where it's a bunch of beams stacked onto one another with the smallest platforms ever made that you have to jump onto, and you have to make it to the other side. Look at this one, bro. I swear to God, if anyone says that they can do this in one go, you're bullshitting, man. I'm dropping in the first attempt. I swear down. Then for the third round, you got courses like the Terror Go round, where you get caught in this loop of things getting thrown at you while the beams and the moving platform you're on picks up pace, intended to knock your ass over. You got Dizzy Dummies, where you get spun at crazy high speeds, and you have to complete an obstacle course like you're some drunk guy after a night out. And then you got the Dreadmill, where you have to run on this treadmill with guys throwing tennis balls on there, so you drop into this pit at the end, which I'm definitely completing. This shit is way too easy. We getting that pass, man. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the final and most entertaining course of all of Wipeout, the Wipeout Zone. And could I do it? Could I complete this difficult course? Could I win as a finalist and be crowned Wipeout champion, get a big ass trophy and win £10,000, getting my bread up, save the family, and just overall better my life, knowing I won a game show? Well, hell no, man, we failing it. I mean, look, the Wipeout Zone is a time challenge like the qualifying event, in where if you just have the fastest time, you win. But how I'm saying I wouldn't win the entirety of the event is solely because I wouldn't make it past the second round. I mean, you saw double cross, right? Bro, I ain't completing that. It's not happening, it's rigged. As stupid and as easy as Wipeout may have looked to most of us growing up, as I started to actually look at some of these stages, even guys who were athletes still fell into the water plenty of times and lost. It isn't as easy as it looks. But comparing it to other physical game shows like Ninja Warrior and any other show done in Japan because they look horrifying, Wipeout is probably the easiest one, I'll be honest. I'll take my loss at round 2. At least I say I could get past the qualifying round. That's enough for me. Wild 'N Out to me is like one of the funniest comedy shows I've ever watched in my life. It's just mad entertaining. I remember somebody from school put me onto it when I was like 13, 14. And ever since then, most of my teenage years, I spent binge watching clips and highlights from this show. I swear down, I was addicted. It was hilarious. From the rap battles, to the improv parts, to the dissing, then bringing the audience in and straight up dissing the audience too. It was class. I couldn't tell you how many times in class I used to go bum, 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 bum in the classroom. Hey, what we doing in the classroom? Like, my favorite out of the whole cast got to be my dog, DC Young Fly. This guy is hilarious and unfiltered as hell. Like, if you ever wanted to go ahead on YouTube and watch a DC Young Fly come from Wild 'N Out, it's gonna have you crying, man. I'm telling you. But I'm getting off topic here. Even though Wild 'N Out isn't a traditional game show like Wipeout, it's still got a competitive aspect to it, with there being two teams, the Black Squad and the Red Squad. And they basically just go at each other through various different games, and whoever performs better gets points, ultimately leading to one of those two teams winning. But listen, I didn't bring up Wild 'N Out to make it look like I wouldn't go crazy in that. Brother, I'm a lyrical mastermind. Best believe I'm in the studio 24 hours a day, every day with my young bull Jermaine, Spitting bars 24/8. You don't believe me? You wanna hear some shit real quick? I'ma show you, man, right now. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Have you ever seen me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear? Help the bear! No, see, I put Wildin' Out in here solely because I think this shit could never exist outside America, man. Especially in the UK. Like, hear me out. See, in Wildin' Out, there's no rules, no filter, nothing. If you were to look at it from an objective standpoint, they all get somewhat personal with one another. Like, everyone dissing the fact that Nick Cannon got a bunch of baby mums, Justina having no bum, Chico and Carlos being bold. Like, they basically come at you for anything you have. They couldn't care less if it hurt you or not. And I'm not saying anything against it, because at the end of the day, those same jokes are what makes Wildin' Out funny, and nobody gets offended by it in there. Except her, but we don't talk about that. Now try and take this exact format and implement it into England. You know what that gets you? Dead. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but something close to that, man. I'm not trying to badmouth the UK any more than I have already, but I low-key started thinking about it. That I can't see someone else from where I'm from actually go Wildin' Out and not crash out. It's impossible. I can't imagine these men trying to get a UK rapper to come over, start dropping bars and doing things like Wild Style, then get to roasting and just not be tempted to start cussing crazy. It's impossible. I don't see it calmly happening. Like, take a second to think about it. Why is Wildin' Out only in the States? That shit is too popular to not be a worldwide thing. The only time I see Nick Cannon ever come to the UK for anything related to Wildin' Out was to get more Wildin' Out girls. He probably thought the UK was dead, man. And rightfully so, it's ass. Take your average UK rapper and dash him into here. It's not working out, man, I promise. But look, as I said earlier, I finna go crazy if I was in this joint, man. I'ma roast people like Madden Goddamn, talk about Wild Out Roof, go stupid in Wild Sauce and in the classroom, and I'd just be a whole vibe. And if I ever went head to head with Tariq on this shit, because he was on the show one time, I swear to God, I'm finna kill this little guy, bro. Put me in a rap battle, I swear I'm cooking him. I just hate this guy, bro. I hate him. I just can't stand him. And Wildin' Out, that's an easy W, man. We winning this. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time I mention the final game show I wanted to talk about today. One of the most influential, beloved, loving pieces of media to ever exist. One of the greatest cartoons to ever grace Cartoon Network. The one, the only, I wanna be famous. And let's just cut this shit straight away. Living on this island would just be hell, man. The whole thing is a setup. You're not winning. As soon as you get your fat on a boat to the island, you're screwed. Because how is it that after meeting the rest of the islanders and establishing your teams, you would think that the most you would do on your first day is some team building? You know, get to know your peers, get used to the camp, and just, you know, have a relaxing first day. Then come to your first challenge, and you have to go through jumping off a cliff. I swear to God, if I was in that position, I'm signing out. I'm going home. Quick thing. What do you mean you want me to yeet myself off this gigantic mountain? You think I'm Kratos or something? Who do you think I am? I'm just a human. And then if you luckily even make it to the safe zone, the rest of the challenges after this are some bullshit. You got one where you have to stay awake the longest, stay the night in a forest full of bears who could jump you, face your worst fears, get hunted by the opposite team, military training, eating chef's cooking, and many more shit that just makes it unbearable, bro. Not to mention, the people you get onto the island with, you can't trust them. Because as much as you could make some valuable alliances in here and have long friendships, you have people here like Heather who will do anything to sabotage anyone. I'm pretty sure she got like 5 people eliminated through pure deception, and even kissed Duncan to mess over his relationship with Gwen. She's a saboteur, man. Even Harold had his fair share of bullshit, with him sabotaging the boats to get Courtney dropped off. But that's not even the worst thing Harold's done. This guy is disgusting. The nastiest shit to ever come from this show was when Harold left this shit-stained underwear on the floor. Where's the home training? You made me sick. What's the matter with you? Yo, this, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I was bugging when I saw it. How mad do you have to be to do that? As soon as I saw this, I knew he had to go. What type of nastiness is this, man? And all in all, throughout the first season of the series, it just jumps from more diabolical challenges, more betrayals, more problems. It gets a bit mad here, believe me. And as nice as a person I am, on Total Drama Island, you gotta throw everyone under the bus, man. You can't trust anyone. Like, for the longest time, I felt bad that Lindsay was friends with Heather. She was too stupid to see past the deception, even cutting her crusty toenails. She definitely needs some Vaseline here. Then it took Heather snaking her for her to finally realize that she ain't shit. She's a terrible human being. And just started cursing like crazy and even threw the middle finger at her. Look! They even had a challenge where they drove custom-made bicycles through an obstacle course with landmines. Yeah, explosives. This ain't no Total Drama Island, man. This is Total Warfare. What the hell is this shit? A serial killer even came on the island at one point. What the hell is this? Meanwhile, you see everyone else who got voted and set off the island? They went to a flipping vacation resort where they were chilling. And sure, that meant they missed out on the prize fund, But guess what, guys? The money didn't matter. Because as soon as Owen won the first season, the guy pretty much gambled the 100k to make $1 million and then didn't get the $1 million. So he lost all the money. And the whole journey they had on the island was for nothing. Hey, even though I know I wouldn't win the prize money, if someone did that shit, it's up, bro. We fighting. Are you stupid? Also, I want to briefly mention one thing. LaShawna got holed by the cast, man. Her elimination was so evil. How could Chris deceive everyone like that? She should have won, man. And while I'm on the topic of Chris McLean, do any of you understand how evil this man is? How conniving he is? He's a demon. And the only piece of evidence I need to prove this is that this man put cameras everywhere. And I mean everywhere. So I'll leave it at that. In all seriousness, you know, maybe if I did do the whole jumping off the cliff segment, maybe I might go as far as halfway through the season. But then again, you're sending me to an island with a shack for a yard, no edible food, a bunch of wildlife that could kill me at any moment, and I'm trapped with a bunch of people that are probably gonna sell me out. Yeah, we ain't going far, man. I'm done here. And these were all the game shows that I wanted to speak about today. If you, man, got any more shows you were heavy into, or just think my takes are booty, comment down below, man. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And to end the video,
Yeah.